Morning, everybody. So, looking at the DAX. So again, we're starting on the weekly, and a couple of things are really looking pretty interesting. So, firstly, Kijinsen weekly Kijinsen is right here. So we still do have the bearish signal. So we've got a crossover here. We've got a twist, cloud twist. We had a crossover of Tikinson and Kijinsen, and Sikuspan broke through price. So those are bearish signals. But what we do have is Tikinson starting to roll. Okay, starting to roll and point to the upside. So on the weekly, it could mean nothing. It could basically mean that we're just going to range like this for the rest of the year, or it could mean that we are going to attempt to create new highs. So as with the Dow, we have had a break of this downward trend line. Okay, let's just get down to the daily. Let's get rid of those. Okay, this is still indicating kind of a bit of a diversion, but as I said, diversion can carry on forever. So I typically only pay attention to them when we get to a level. Okay, so you've got you see that the top of the cloud here, which would be a logical area for some resistance. And on the daily, we also gapped up to the 200 and then pulled back with a massive red engulfing candle. Now, if we just do that, I'm going to ignore this pin bar because pretty much everything else is following this trend line here. And this is pretty much a tight channel. You see how this is a really tight channel. And see a bit of that one, and just put in that level there. So that was a level that we gapped up over. We found resistance at the 200 EMA, and we came back down. Okay, and again, the importance of a Brooks gap. So the top of this pin bar here, it wasn't really, it was closed here. So that will put it in anyway, so you can see. So this bar came down and found support on it and then moves to the upside. Okay, so we have this main level here, this level, which while we were above it, but we're back below it. And this is today's bar. So let's just get to the 4-hour. Okay, and you can see what the Brooks gap normally means. It's just in the lower time frame, that was a previous breakout. That's all it really is. Okay, so it doesn't matter what time frame it is. If you find a Brooks gap on a 5 minutes, it means somewhere on a lower time frame there was a breakout. It could be on the 1 second, or it could be on the 1 tick, or the 1 minute. Irrelevant. It's just the way that you need to understand how price action functions. Okay, so we've got this major resistance area here. So you can see how often this has been tested. And it was tested here, gapped up, down. I'd like to see us hold above this, but it doesn't seem like we're doing that. So you can see here we closed above it, but immediately came back below it. Then we gapped up above it and then immediately pushed back down. So I think there's quite a bit of indecision sitting here. And often when you have a indecision like this on a major resistance or support area, it's indication of indecision, but it's also pretty much, so what you can do is you can say that we are ranging. And can you see how the 50% of the range is the resistance level? Okay, so think of it logically. What's happening is the bulls are trying to break above this level, and the bears are trying to keep it below. And so, they're going to keep doing this until something gives. So if it gives to the downside, then this channel is going to break, which means we'll have resistance to the downside. And now you can see how Dickinson and Kijinson are flat as well on the 4 hour, indicating range. Okay, so the bullish part of it is that Dickinson is still above Kijinson. Sikuspan is above price, it's above everything. There's just white space in front of it. We are above the cloud. So those are the bullish signals. Okay, and let's just get down to the 1 hour. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of all these lines. It's getting a little bit dirty. Okay, so from a 1 hour perspective, we basically had a trend to the downside for the whole of yesterday, essentially. And pretty much at the close, we moved up ever so slightly with the US markets before moving up again this morning with the Asian market. So right now, for me, we are still ranging, and the range is sitting right over there to the upside there. So that's kind of what's happening. So I'll look for a break either side of this range. It might actually be a good way to play the open range break on the hour today, because that will line up with this bigger range. So basically what I mean by that is we take the 9 to 10 1 hour bar, which is this one here. I get rid of this bigger range here. So let me show you. So this range here is the 9 to 10. I put my range up there and there. And then I go drill down to a much lower time frame. You can either use a 5 or a 10-minute time frame. And when we break this range to the downside, obviously it's coming to the downside, and you can see what happened here. That was the first hour of trading, and then we hit the 138, the 38.2 extension over here. Okay, we came back, we tested the range, and then we hit the range height target, and then we hit the 161.8 extension where we turned. Okay, so you probably successfully play that again today, because the middle of the bigger range, so in other words, the middle from here to here is right there, and we're sitting in the middle here. So if we break the upside, we'll test there. If we break the downside, we'll test the low. So I would suspect that these levels here are going to hold today. So that low will hold, and I'll be surprised if this level breaks today. So I think we're still going to range in here for today. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Nothing much really that's indicating a massive breakout in any direction. So just play the range. I think that's the safest way to do it. Long from the bottom of the range, short from the top of the range. If you break to the upside, then we have that breakout. I think just first to lastly, just have to double check this level. Okay, there is a level there, and copy that to there, and we have the level that we're battling with at the moment. So yeah, so that's your zone, that's your playing field today. It's 237 pip playing field. Let's just see what happens if we continue with this bullish range, the upward range, upward channel. Then all's good. But I actually think we're gonna consolidate a bit more at this level before we break to this level, and then we're going to consolidate here before we break up. Yep, that's the way I see it. Hope it helps. Catch you later.